Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to do another one of these little cakes for two. We're going to do something today that is essentially based on pound cake. Obviously not a pound of anything because it all goes into a 6-inch cake pan and it's meant for two. So into this bowl I've put sugar. I'm going to add some butter, which I've softened a little bit, and some cream cheese, again, that I've softened a little bit. And I'm just going to use a wooden spoon to try to cream these together with the sugar. It'll take a while. So I'm doing this with a wooden spoon because I see the comments go by and people say, oh, I can't make recipe X because I don't have a stand mixer. You can do anything with a wooden spoon. You don't need a stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can still make it with a wooden spoon. You could make this really easily also with just a hand mixer. You know, one of these. One of these works just great for this amount of batter. But you don't need any of that. If you've got a wooden spoon, you've got it made. So I just put in some vanilla. I'm going to put in an egg. And goes an egg. And a little bit of milk. And we'll just keep mixing that up. And so when you're doing this by hand, you have to be much more diligent to make sure that you get it all mixed together. You could, once you get the egg and the milk in there, switch to a whisk and whisk it together. That would work really well. In a lot of the old cookbooks that I have, pre-electricity, where you were using a wooden spoon, the instructions for beating cakes were, to beat it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half an hour. Some of the instructions for beating the cake batter was to beat it for a very long time. So you do have to work a little bit harder, but it's not that hard. So in this bowl, I have some flour. To that, I'm going to add some salt. We'll just give that a little bit of a mix. There's no leavening in this. It is a pound cake. It's meant to be a little bit dense and thick and rich. So flour into our other mixture a little bit at a time. Last of the flour. Now I've got a 6-inch cake pan that I've buttered and put a little piece of parchment in the bottom. Makes it a whole lot easier to get the cake out. Just transfer this in. The oven is preheated to 350. This is a cake that I would normally bake at probably 325, but the oven's hot at 350, and I'm going to give it a go at that temperature. I'm going to put it in. I'll come back and check it at about 15 minutes, but I have a pretty good idea that this is going to go 20 or 25 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be good. Of course, your oven and cooking time will vary.
Ooh, another little mini cake. Hey friends, hey Glenn.
A little kind of pound cake. Well, eighth of a pound. Eighth of a pound.
It's an eighth of a pound cake.
Yes, it's an eighth of a pound cake.
Right.
But I swapped out some of the butter and used cream cheese. So it should have a bit of a tang to it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That would go really well with like a strawberry, like a little strawberry jam on top, or a strawberry,
jam.
like a fruity drizzle.
Yep.
That's
So
nice.
it's got the classic pound cake texture with a tiny little bit of a tang from the cream cheese.
I like that.
There are other variations you could do if you wanted to put in a little bit of lemon extract instead of the vanilla. It would be a great addition to this. There'd be other extracts that you put in there too, but that is
I think a dollop of strawberry jam.
just on top. Yeah, that's all you need.
Uh-huh.
So that is a solid eighth of a pound cake for two. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.